loves, welcome to my channel. My name is Caitlin and please make yourselves at home. Today I'm just gonna have a quick story time about myself, and it's not like nothing crazy, but it's just based on my first introduction video whereby I told you guys that that story is for some other time. Well, guess this is the other time because I wasn't too sure on when I have to cover that, but yeah. So I'm basically going to cover as to why I did not want anyone to find out that I was black. So my mom and dad are different races, or like they come from different cultures, right? And so growing up, I've always lived with my mom, so the community where I come from, also the family, like from my mom's side, they were like they were colored. So I grew up with them, and whenever I would have to take my birth certificate to school because I played netball, I would make sure that I don't show it to anyone. Mostly because of my name that is also in my in my ID or in my at home affairs.
What?
So I would normally bring my birth certificate to school, make sure that I give it to my teacher so that she can scan it, and I would put it in my bag as soon as possible. Even when the other girls would like show their birth certificates to each other, I don't know why they did that, but to me that was just like never an option because I was like, yay.
Oh, no.
And it's so crazy, né? Because I would say that I was low-key bullied, and the reason I wasn't like bullied was because I knew how to fight. Like I think before I went to school, my brother actually told me that you need to fight, and I would literally like practice with a pillow like how to fight. And also my brother and I, we used to like fight growing up, so I could already know. So my brother would literally like, he would tell me to fight him or like to fight the pillow, and I would do that. And so when I went to school, because normally, and I feel like school as a whole, whether it is primary school and also like high school, whichever like phase you're in, I feel like there's a lot of toxicity and there's just a lot of like cruelty that's going on at schools. Like kids get away with a lot of things. So when I went to school, obviously like looking different from other kids, like my complexion was also much darker than I am now, because as a child I loved like playing outside, like as all of like a lot of children did back in the day. We would like play outside the whole day and only come in when the sun is down. So when I went to school looking different, like some of the boys, they'd be like like making fun of me for looking different, and I already established that you're not gonna do that. I'm gonna beat you up. Like, you're not gonna do that, bro. So I knew how to fight, but the most important part, I also knew how to be a top student. So and I think that gave me grace, like I feel like throughout my schooling. So yeah, I never wanted people to find out that I'm black. And then I remember in my matric, my registry or my registered teacher, she was a cheeky girl, but she was like, Caitlin, like what long names do you have? And I was just,
No, God, please, no.
biting my teeth. I was sucking my, like, the air in me could not leave me, because I thought that lady was just gonna say my names. And I have a long name, like I have 3 names. So I thought that teacher was gonna say my name, but she was like luckily not saying it. She's just like going on ranting about long names, and then the other kids with old names, like as second names. And fast forward to me leaving the school, and I went to varsity where I studied, and that was basically the first time me like where I saw that, whoa, I can be black and not be bullied, or I can be black and people actually like are still liking me for it.
Oh my God!
Because I remember my one lecturer, he brought his child to work with him, and I was in first year, like I was a freshman, and then there were like third years students, and this third year students were like, he brought his child, like he brought his child, like she's so cute, but the one thing about that child, she doesn't want to talk or smile to anyone. And I was like, okay, there's a cute like child, okay, fine. Then I heard my lecturer talking to her. Obviously, like also they were talking in Zulu. The child was also biracial, and they were speaking Zulu. And then I heard the name, and I'm like, girl, like, what is your name? And I'm like, is your name blank? And then she just smiled. And then I go to my lecturer. I'm like, Mdu, like, is her name this? And he's like, yeah, why? And I'm like, that is my name. And I literally show Mdu my ID. He's like, hi man, like, you one of us, girl. What Caitlin name is this? I'm not gonna call you that. I'm gonna call you by your name. So that was basically the introduction of me realizing, or it clocking to me that, yo, I'm black and I should be proud of it. But I remember like the first few weeks or so, Mdu called me by my Xhosa name, and I couldn't respond. If I didn't respond, I didn't even know how to react to this name. Like I remember one day, I was just like standing in the middle of the class, zoned out, and he called that name 3 times. And it's so funny because I heard the name being called out. And to me, it's just like, people are making noise, because in that time, a lot of people, you know, when you're zoning, it's just like sounds everywhere, but you don't acknowledge any sound. So that was me. And then he literally come up to me, he does this on my shoulder, and he's like, Sissy, why are you not answering? And I'm like, what is going on? So yeah, and I remember basically like the Zulu people, but not the Zulu people, because my friend Sakile, I think he only like called me by my name like once or twice, but Mdu no Esni, they were the people who would call me by that name. And so it like really like stuck to me. So even when I would walk the street now and someone would call their friend or their child with that name, I would be the one to like respond to that name. I don't want to like disclose the name yet. Maybe like when I'm at my family's or like with my family, I would like tell you guys the name. But yeah, it was just like crazy. And then I also had more black friends, and it was like, yo, there's more to just being in this small community where I was brainwashed that black wasn't good enough. Because there was also a time, I remember I was grade 8, and my dad wanted to like take me from my family, and he wanted to like put me into this other school. And remember, like my whole life I've only been colored, so whenever I would tick documents that asked for the race, I would tick off colored, because that was something I saw from my mom, that my mom did. And like even I was so young, I think I was like grade 4, 5, 6 thereon, I would forge my mom's signature.
That's suspicious.
There was a time when I didn't even needed her to read some documents or like to sign anything for me, because I remember my mom used to work a lot growing up, and my stepdad, they were like always working. It was always me and my brother at home. And so I would not bother to even show my mom letters. I would just like do her signature. If there's like race, especially for my netball tours and stuff like that, then I'll just tell her, Mom, I need this much because we're going and we're gonna play netball. So yeah, I always like ticked off the colored one. And then in grade 8, I saw a document that my dad filled in, because I had to like transfer to this other school. And for the first time, I actually saw a document in my name, or where my name was related to, where it said that I'm black. And I did not want to, at that time, I did not want to like believe that. And I remember that I also like declined going to that other school. It was such a prestige school, and there was a lot of times when I even thought like, oh my gosh, if I only went to that school, I would have had my career sorted out. I would have had a lot of things. But I also learned how to be gracious to myself and not be like that, you know? Because wherever you are in life, that is where you're supposed to be, and that is how it's supposed to work out. But yeah, I only like accepted myself very late in my life. I was like 19 going to 20, where I was like, this is me. and I went to my family, I would like post a little bit more, but not like on social media, but I would post on my WhatsApp. And even like some of my school friends who I had on my WhatsApp, they were like a little bit confused, but also like, wow, I never knew kind of vibes. Till now, where I'm actually going to the Eastern Cape, and I'm taking my sister with. So my sister is not like my dad's child. She is my sister from my mom's side, and she's been my sister for 21 years, and this is the first time that she will meet my family from my dad's side. And I'm very like excited, because I feel like this is a part of me that most of my family from my mom's side, though, that they don't know about. And today I spoke to my dabs, and then she was like, so before, like a few weeks ago, because I'm going to a ceremony, I told you guys. So a few weeks ago, I actually ordered my umbato, like the traditional attire. And before I even like ordered mine or like bought mine, I told my family, I was like, say, like, please tell me, what are we gonna look like? What is the look that we're going for? And my dabs, she was like, oh no, Snazo is just saying that you should go for something colorful. But yeah. Then today, this morning, she's like, first she shows me, like, she sends me a video of a girl wearing umbato. It's very cute. And then she sends me a voice note. She's like, Hamtase, look, we're gonna wear this. Usnazo said you must just send your funds and your sizes. We're going to order them. I'm like, girl, no, don't tell me that. It's way too late, because I already ordered my stuff. I already have my umbato, and I was so mad, low-key. But then again, I'm not mad anymore.
I was playing.
Because I fit my attire on, and it's actually cute as long as we're going for the same color, because I took something that was like mustard, so their color is also gonna be like a mustard yellowish, so at least I'm gonna fit in and I'm gonna look cute. But yeah, I didn't really have a lot to say, but I basically just wanted to tell you guys where like it comes in, or like how it came that I was not like ready for people to know that I was black my whole entire life. But I think I'm in a better place. Like, I'm much older now than what I was, and just at that point that I don't care, like I don't care. And also, like, the older I get, especially like when I was in varsity, all of a sudden, like, everyone wants to be black. Even the ones who are not black, they wanted to be black. And for me, it was like such a shocker, because what do you mean I got bullied for looking like this? And now all of a sudden people want to be me, like they want to be black, they want to have these features, they would pay for these features, bro. So I think in essence, what I want to say is just love yourself for who you are. And I feel like being different from other people doesn't make you less than. It just means that you are created different for a reason. And I feel like everything in my life, no matter what, it has been carefully orchestrated for, I don't know, but like for a time as this. Because like, whenever I think about my life, I'm just like, it's so funny, because what are the odds that two people from totally different, not really regions, but like total different cultures can meet up and just have a baby? Like, God is just like intentional. And I remember like growing up, my mom had this friend. He was gay. Like, he used to call me random slur words, like the K word. In South Africa, you will know. So you'll just like randomly come in, hey you. And my whole life, I didn't understand, not really my whole life, but like at that time when I used to like see this person a lot, I never understood like why none of the adults would stand up for me. And although I didn't really understand, but I also knew that whatever he was saying to me, it hit so hard. Like it felt so like, you know, until I grew up a little bit, and then you would see it on the news, and you'll see it on social media, whereby if someone calls you that, they can actually go to jail. Like, it's a crime to call someone like that. And this person called me that like several times in a day, or whenever I would see him, like several times in a week, whenever my mom would like see this person.
What?
And I just feel like now I'm at a point whereby I would stand up for myself.
I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
But even if someone would still call me that, I won't even value it that much for it to weigh that heavy on me, because I'm finally in love with myself. I love who I am. I love being biracial. But guys, I don't know what else to say, but thank you so much for listening. This is just like a lot of rambling, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm gonna see you next time. Before you go, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and if you want, kindly do click the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I do put out a new video. Alright, bye.